I've just recorded the same video that I'm about to do, and I realized that I did not press record, so have to do it all again. I guess that's life, and at least it'll probably have a higher quality this time. So let's begin. I am Orestes Reynes, and in this video, I want to share with you who I am. Just talk about my life, how I'm organizing things, my background, my future, and all of that. So, first of all, I am 19 years old. I'm studying physiotherapy, and English is my third language. Right now, it's been a couple months where I've been trying very hard to improve my speaking skills, my articulation, and all of that. So there's still a lot of issues in it. I'm having quite some trouble improving my communication skills, but I have a foundation which is quite stable, and I know enough to begin and to already speak about some things. So I want to show you my life through an app called Notion. In this app, I have written down a life operating system in which I've wrote about everything what is happening in my life. And if you would have full access of this thing, you'd probably get to know me better than even I know myself, because I've spent so much time in this. But right now, I'm very self-aware of who I am, and this was very beneficial for me. So I would highly suggest you follow this and do something similar for your own life. So I began this life operating system 1 year ago when I've started my self-improvement journey, uh, which has been caused by a certain YouTuber named Hamza Ahmed. I believe he's the GOAT of self-improvement. If you haven't seen any of his videos, well, feel free to go click off mine and go to watch some of his content, because he truly saved my life. He truly led me to some good places, and I'm very grateful for having found his content. So let's begin with the first period of my life, LifeOS 1.1, 1.0. This was my first Notion page that I did. In it, I had my to-do list that I was constantly changing. I also chose a cover that is quite meaningful for me. I was basically writing down all of my ideas in this Notion page. At the end of this period, I also implemented some self-reflection about who I think I am and what am I looking for in this world, and where am I leading, and who I am as a human. So now I don't have much to talk about. All of these pages were made by my previous self. Now I've changed. But when you start, I think the most important things to do in such a Notion page where you try to operate your life, you should for sure Maybe try to find out some commandments, as I am saying, and by which I mean just some rules for your life that which would shape your future self. And then, of course, you should work on finding your purpose. I believe that my purpose is helping other people through the profession of a physiotherapist. I'm aiming to get my physiotherapy degree and my master's right now through all of the education throughout all of those years. I want to learn as much as possible, of course, and become the best version of a physiotherapist that I can physically be. And then I'm planning on um, just joining some clinics and working for them to get some experience, and then create my own clinic, maybe company. We'll see what'll happen, but I'll create some kind of business, that's for sure. And now I also, what is very valuable for me, and I think you should do it too, was reading some books. First of all, about all of the basic lessons that other people had, and about work, about meditation, about psychology, communication, about business, and all of that. And you should also journal, of course, the reflections of your day, and just writing down your thoughts does very much make you more aware of who you are and how you act. I also tried to write a book in which I wanted to basically write about 100 stories from my life. Of course, I spent on that a lot of time, but I did not manage to find those 100 stories. I lived quite a boring life. I always was comfortable in everything, but I did find a few interesting stories, and so I wrote about them. And just writing about your past self and lessons and stories is very beneficial for your present self, because understanding your past helps you understand who you are at the present. And by being aware of both of these, you can then create a valuable future and choose the right steps. So, 1 year ago, I finished high school and I've joined a university in the Netherlands, which was named Fontis, but I've dropped out after 6 months. I've encountered many challenges back there. It led me to creating this Notion operating system of my life, which was actually the best thing that could have happened. But also, I didn't drop out for nothing. And I'll do a future video dedicated to that period of my life for sure. So when I dropped out, I went back home. I went and lived with my family for 1 month. But my father wanted me to be productive during that half year that I had free right now because of dropping out before joining a new university and continuing with physiotherapy learning. And he basically told me to go to Lithuania, get a job, and get my driving license there since it was way cheaper. So that's what I did. And during that period of my life, I've given my whole 100% to that job. That job was very basic. I was basically just a helper in a supermarket, and I worked at most of the sections back there. I was a very good worker. but I did not enjoy that work too much because I had a lot of ambition, a lot of motivation of learning new stuff and becoming better and reaching for my dream. And that job was only giving me the minimal wage, and it was taking out so much time and energy from me that I did not even manage to spend a lot of time on this life operating system and learn things and walk forward. I still had a very great experience, and I've got taught a lot of lessons on that first job, and I have a lot to say about it as well. I believe I'll also make a video about it in the near future. In this one, during this period, I almost did absolutely nothing. What I was doing is basically thinking, how did I get here? And I was thinking about this previous period of my life. As you can see in this cover, I'm looking at at my computer and on my previous life operating system that I've just covered. And so then, when after 4 months at this job, I quit, and I enjoyed the summer vacations with my family in Lithuania here. And during the second month of these vacations, I updated my life operating system and created my LifeOS 2.0. And as you can see, I've put much more effort into it, and it looks way more pleasing than the ones before. This one is by far more structured, and it has way more than the others. I spent quite a lot of time designing all of this, but I think that all of you, if you are getting inspired in creating your own life OS on Notion, you also should spend like a day designing everything, because after you're done with all of that, you can just enjoy all of this work afterwards and just fill some details in every single day, and that's it. Right now, my rules to follow, as you can see, there are no instant gratification, no bad nutrition, train my body and brain, learn every day, and become better every day. Then I got some buttons as shortcuts to some pages. I've got some others, and in this others page, I don't have much yet, but I'm trying to write some books, and I'm working on those through my daily journaling. And basically, the first book is just some laws that I want to speak about, basically the biggest lessons. And then this other book, which is My Path to My Purpose. Well, it's basically my self-improvement journey, in which I'm basically just gathering all of my daily journaling and then just structuring it. And I guess I'll stop when I reach my purpose, which maybe never. But the journey is what is the most important. And I might stop when I reach my full potential. So, moving on, I've also made a part for my studies and all of my learning. So in here, I'll do all of my guides and sort all of the information that I've learned. I also have a research hub where I have all of my anatomy information and all of the information that is related to my physiotherapy knowledge. And then I got also a page designated for my bachelor, in which I put all of the things that I'm learning, and I'm just structuring my learning in this university. So far, it's been going great. And then the most important part, which I visit every single evening, is sorry, not this one. It's life. So this one, how I'm structuring this is on one side, I got more of topics that are all of the information that I gained and all the important stuff that I worked for and that I've written about. And then on this other side, on the blue side, I, I have all of my goals, present goals, all of my accomplishments that I had so far, all of my life decisions. And also have this life journey, which is the most important part of all of this. So, what I'm doing every day is basically going into my habit tracker, in which I've got um, a few habits that I have to do every single day. So, like for example, every day I have to go through a challenge. Like for example, today I walked to my university and I did not take a bus. Then reading, I'm reading right now the a book that is called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, which I recommend you read as well. Then I'm also meditating each evening at least 5 minutes. I haven't meditated yet, but just after this, I'll go to bed and I'll meditate. And I also have to learn every single day. Like today, I went to university, I listened to my lectures, and I did learn quite a lot. I also have to hit my step goal or do some intensive activity every day. And today I have 12,000 steps, and my goal is 10,000. So I did achieve this habit. Then I've got a mobility in which I'm just stretching every day, and I did stretch today. I'm also for the health habit. I'm just trying to eat healthy, only healthy food, and that was what I did today. Training as well. I did train today, and this habit is basically no entertainment. And I can watch YouTube videos or other type of videos, but they cannot be for entertainment. I have to gain some value from them, and I cannot watch them during the whole day. And so, like today, I did all of my habits. As you can see, I'm struggling the most with the no entertainment stuff, but right now I'm moving in a good place and I'm on a good track to keeping only the good habits. Then, after filling this out, I have a skilled evolution in which I basically have numbers to grade my quality of day. Like for example, today I've already filled it in. Um, I have 10 criteria, and the lower the total, the better it is. Some of these numbers are calculated by just mm, events, and some of them by hours. And today, the only thing that I had done not the best was I wasted around 1 hour of my time. This is, of course, not exact, but I approximate by my approximations. I'd say that today there was in total at least 1 hour in which I could have been more productive and did more. So today was nearly a perfect day. Got a 1. 0 would be perfect, but I've never reached a 0 so far, and I've been doing this for over a month. I've had some terrible days, up to 20 something points. Like this one, September 4th, had 23 points. And it was basically because I spent way too much time watching YouTube and then just eating unhealthy. And therefore, since I've spent all of my time next to YouTube, I missed most of my habits as well. But since that time, I've been improving every single week. I did have relapses, but I believe that right now, since I promised it to myself, that I'll be on an increase from now on. And I believe that I'm on a good path. And then when I finish with both of these, then I have to go to the journal. So here I've been doing this for almost 80 days. And what I'm doing is thinking of a title every single day. And all of these titles have a specific meaning for me. And all of them, they are important for me. And I'm also, when I have time, I come up with titles for my future days, and I hope that I'll be able to do what the title says. And like, I'll show an example like this day, which was October 15th. I've reflected, and this was quite an important moment of my life. I've called it "I'm Jeffrey" because I'm disgusted by my behavior on that day. It was a terrible day. I relapsed again, which I've done countless times. But I'd say that this moment made me promise to myself that I'll do what it takes to become better and to never come back to days like these. And so far, I've been doing great. If you want, you can pause and read this, but I'm very much not proud of what happened during that day. And so what you should know is that I'm always doing some kind of reflection and then writing at least 2 lessons that I had that day and a plan for tomorrow. So yeah, that was about all of it about my life operating system, and therefore about me as a human. I hope that you've learned more about this Orestes Rhenus persona, and this should help you understand my thought process and all of my decisions.